The crowd erupted into a deafening roar as the chrome beast of a car thundered across the darkened track. Lines of neon illuminated its sleek profile like veins glowing in the pale light of Cyber City, the race's host metropolis. Nira Reyes gripped the wheel tighter, her knuckles white against the black leather gloves. Exhaust fumes mixed with adrenaline. This wasn't just a race. It was everything she'd fought for, everything she'd sacrificed. And for the past 3 years, nothing mattered more than crossing that finish line. The Phoenix Rally wasn't just a test of speed. It was a crucible of survival, strategy, and strength. Each participant faced far more than the dozens of other competitors on a track that changed with every lap. It was a labyrinth of traps, puzzles, and unpredictable twists. Nira had studied the lore for years, tracing stories left by those who had dared the Phoenix Rally and failed. Some said the rally was a myth engineered by a cult of rogue mechanics. Others swore it was a government experiment in human endurance. But every rumor agreed, no one left unchanged. For Nira, it was her only way out. The world had fallen into pockets, fragmented cities separated by miles of desert wasteland that no one dared cross without a purpose, and hers was vengeance. Her brother Aiden disappeared racing this very event. His last voice transmission had been frantic but cryptic. "Nira, don't stop looking. The engines, they're not what they seem." Those final words haunted her. It wasn't just grief that propelled her, it was suspicion. What happened to him wasn't a crash. Aiden had named her in his last moments, begging for her help, for her search. The truth behind the Phoenix Rally lay somewhere inside its infamous course, and tonight Nira would unravel it or perish trying. The race began with 9 racers. Each car was unique, engineered for the driver's style and skill. There was Scion, the reckless speed demon known for sideline takedowns. Kara, a mercenary racer whose car gleamed with plasma-proof armor. And Shadow, the silent enigma whose face stayed hidden beneath a tinted visor. But none of those competitors concerned Nira more than Victor Crane, her rival turned nemesis. Victor had everything: money, connections, influence, and a sadistic need to crush anyone who challenged him. And if Nira's hunch was right, he'd had something to do with Aiden's disappearance. Lap 1 was pure chaos. The course veered into an enormous tunnel where racers had a split-second decision: veer left onto a ramp or risk plowing through a set of massive crumbling boulders. Nira's car, built for agility, angled hard left, tires screeching with chemical friction against the polished steel surface. Behind her, Sion's engine screamed in protest as debris smashed into his windshield. The massive tunnel echoed with collisions, roars, and curses. It was only the first lap. And then the puzzles began. The Phoenix Rally wasn't the kind of race where brute strength and speed alone won the prize. Each lap introduced a challenge station, an obstacle designed to test both mind and machine. Failure didn't mean simply losing, it meant elimination, often permanently. The first station appeared abruptly as the tunnel gave way to an open industrial zone. Mechanical arms hung suspended like metal cobwebs, some equipped with saws, some with clamps, others sparking with electric arcs. In the middle stood a glowing pedestal hosting a console with 4 switches, each labeled with letters R, C, A, E. 4 racers, including Nira, slammed their brakes and leapt from their cars to approach the puzzle, while the rest, either too arrogant or overconfident, sped around the station, gambling on ignorance. Kara shouted over the hum of machinery as she studied the console. "Switches control the cranes," she barked. "Look at the letters. What's the order?" "Race," Cheyenne hollered back, prying debris from his front grille. "No!" Nira cut in, scanning the illuminated tips of the mechanical arms. A faint glow marked operators. "It's rear placement, otherwise the arms attack primary placements. Move." Victor grinned smugly from the sidelines before revving his car back onto the track. He wasn't playing puzzles. He let lesser drivers stall out while claiming every lead possible. Nira ignored him, flipping the switches with precision, her vast study of past Phoenix races paying off. The cranes moved, sparing her route. Behind her, Scion flinched as a mechanical clamp narrowly missed his rear axle. When her console locked in success, Nira jumped back to her engine, her pulse racing with triumph. Lap 2 unlocked. By the time the arena narrowed into a razor-thin bridge spiraling toward a mountain crest, 5 racers remained. Victor led, of course, his juggernaut car plowing through dirt and asphalt with brutal efficiency, mostly paid for by his family's empire of weaponized vehicles. Nira held steady in the middle, conserving energy but plotting her next strike. The third puzzle was more sinister. The holographic markers displayed code coordinates linked to digital locks. Only solving the encryption allowed passage, and 5 high-speed drones had begun targeting any vehicles stalling near the station. Nira frantically input data as the drones approached. Her car's left mirror shattered under a targeted shot, and her focus intensified. When she punched the final solution into her control pad, her engine roared ahead, just as Kara's car erupted in sparks behind her. Kara's scream was drowned by the commotion. She'd been eliminated, though luckily not fatally wounded. The search was now growing more dangerous and deliberate. The clues embedded in puzzles weren't random. They connected to an overall goal. Encryption coordinates linked back to underground tunnels rumored to host alien tech. Mechanical cranes seemed intended to battle interference zones. Nira's instincts burned. This wasn't racing just for sport. This event, the Phoenix Rally, masked experiments swapping traditional engineering for biomechanical terrain that hinted why both legends and secrecy encased its infamy. Could Aiden have dared expose truths reaching beyond manufactured cars, laps, or championships? Lap 4 shattered what remnants of camaraderie held between surviving contenders. Shadow attacked brutally. Spike strips ripped directly toward Nira's lane, attempting corner collapses near mountain ravines where a thunderstorm threatened racers colliding upward. Roar amidst surrounding cliff echoes, reminiscent primal Colosseum dreams, danger-matching gladiator circuits. Perhaps capitalism wasn't game's pursuit, merely corporations engineering gladiator spectacles whilst burying individuals, particularly anyone surfacing hidden rebellion, leaking origins, compromising booming profits, illusions kills alone, valid risk-life contests masquerading multi-ends doubts surrounding every metallic chamber, roaring fleet, caught labyrinth-hound mansions, co-op tricky, incredible known, unsolved, emerging or stribally repeated whispered image, whose silence proved now where vanishing hum defenses splitting heavier, Ray's dramatic circumstance would end defining cross-built possible leagues whose betrayals victors shadow trading futures.